All right, so are you ready to talk Thailand real estate?
Let's do it.
Awesome. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
We're going to take a deep dive into Phuket versus Samui for investment.
Okay.
See what we can learn from all this great research we've got.
Sounds good.
And, I think a lot of people are really curious about this.
Yeah, Thailand is super hot right now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So much potential.
absolutely.
So we're going to compare everything like the market trends, the vibes, what kind of properties you can even buy.
Right.
And we've even got some details on this luxury villa in Samui.
Oh, yeah.
Beachfront, breathtaking views. I mean, come on.
That's the dream.
Seriously. So I think a good place to start is like just the overall market dynamics.
Yeah, for sure.
How do Phuket and Samui kind of compare in terms of their real estate markets?
Well, it's interesting because they both obviously attract tourists.
Right. They're both beautiful islands.
Exactly, but their markets are actually quite different.
Okay. How so?
Well, Phuket is like the well-established market, It's got a really wide range of properties, everything from like condos to villas.
Ah, so something for everyone.
Yeah, it's like that reliable blue chip stock.
I like that analogy.
Yeah. Samui, on the other hand, is more like that exciting startup.
Okay.
It's really focused on luxury and high-end developments.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's potentially higher growth with Samui, but it's also riskier.
Gotcha. So Phuket's a little bit more stable,
Yeah, you could say that.
and Samui's got that potential for maybe a bigger payoff,
Exactly.
but riskier.
Higher risk, higher reward.
I see. Okay, well, that's a good starting point,
Yeah.
Before we even get into like the specific properties and all that,
Right.
we got to talk tourism because they're both island paradises.
Absolutely.
That's a major factor for real estate, right?
Huge, especially if you're thinking about short-term rentals.
Exactly. So how do Phuket and Samui stack up in terms of tourism?
Well, Phuket's got this huge advantage with its international airport.
Right, tons of direct flights.
Exactly. People from all over the world can just fly right in.
So easy access.
Yeah. And that means more potential renters for your property.
Makes sense. So
Yeah.
you could have people landing and heading straight to your villa.
Literally.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Okay, so Phuket's got that going for it.
Mm-hmm.
But Samui's got its own special something, right?
Oh, for sure.
What about that luxury villa we mentioned?
Oh, yeah. So picture this beachfront villa in Beaufort.
Okay.
Fully equipped, modern amenities, stunning ocean views.
Ooh, I'm listening.
All for $2.5 million US.
Wow. That's
Incredible.
That's a pretty penny.
Yeah, but it embodies that like exclusive, luxurious vibe that Samui is becoming known for.
Right, right.
And while Samui's airport might be smaller, it still has connections to major cities.
Okay, so you're not completely cut off.
No, not at all.
So maybe a few less airport cocktails on arrival in Samui.
Uh-huh, maybe.
But waking up to that view every morning, tough choice.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
But let's get practical for a second. What about just getting around on these islands? Is one easier to navigate than the other?
Well, in terms of infrastructure, Phuket definitely has the advantage.
Yeah.
They've got a really well-developed transportation network.
Like what kind of stuff?
Extensive roads, ferries connecting to other islands, and even public transportation options.
Oh, wow. So like buses and taxis?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get around.
So no need to rent a scooter and brave the jungle roads.
Uh-huh. Unless you want to.
I appreciate that. What about Samui? Are we talking dirt roads and limited options?
Samui's infrastructure is definitely improving, but it's still catching up to Phuket.
Okay.
You might not find those extensive road networks or readily available taxis,
Right.
but for some people, that's part of the charm.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's more secluded, less developed.
It's like choosing your adventure, right?
Exactly. It depends what you're looking for.
Do you prioritize convenience or are you okay with something a little more off the beaten path?
That's the question.
Interesting trade-off. So it's
Yeah.
not just about the property itself.
Right.
It's about the whole lifestyle each island offers.
Exactly.
I like that. So someone who values like smooth sailing and hopping in a taxi anytime
Mm-hmm.
might lean towards Phuket.
Makes sense.
But for those who crave like tranquility and escaping the hustle,
yeah,
maybe Samui's the ticket.
I think so.
Okay, so we've got a sense of the overall vibes.
Yeah.
Now let's get back to those properties.
Okay.
We know Phuket has this diverse market, but what are the specific trends?
Mm-hmm.
What's hot right now in Phuket real estate?
Luxury is definitely the name of the game.
Ooh, fancy.
The demand for luxury villas and high-end condos is booming.
Really?
Oh, yeah. We're talking like stunning 5-bedroom villas with infinity pools overlooking the Andaman Sea.
Okay, stop. You had me at infinity pool.
Uh-huh. Right?
That sounds incredible.
It's like something out of a magazine.
Wow, and who's buying these places?
It's not just international buyers, actually.
Oh,
Wealthy Thais are also investing heavily in Phuket's luxury market.
interesting. Okay, so these aren't just like vacation homes.
Right.
These are serious investments. So then the big question is, what about the returns?
Yeah,
Are these properties actually generating income?
that's the exciting part. The potential for both rental yield and capital appreciation is high.
Okay, break that down for me. What does that mean exactly?
So rental yield is basically the annual rental income you can earn
Mm-hmm.
as a percentage of the property's value.
Got it.
And capital appreciation is just the increase in the property's value over time.
Okay, so both of those are looking good in Phuket.
Yeah, we're seeing strong numbers for both.
Music to any investor's ears.
Right.
High-end properties
Mhm.
with the potential for solid returns.
Exactly.
No wonder Phuket's such a hot spot.
Yeah, it's a really attractive market.
But I gotta ask, is Samui just playing catch-up with its luxury villas?
That's a great question. And you're right. Samo is more than just luxury villas.
Okay.
There's a whole other side to its real estate market that's worth exploring.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Well, Samui is tapping into this growing trend of sustainable development.
Sustainable development, that's something I'm really interested in.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
What exactly does that look like in Samui? Are we talking solar panels and bamboo houses?
It's more than just eco-friendly features. It's a whole philosophy.
Okay, I'm listening.
Imagine like eco-resorts that blend seamlessly with the natural landscape,
Okay.
using locally sourced materials, renewable energy.
So minimizing the footprint.
Exactly. They prioritize minimal environmental impact, and they often incorporate elements of like Thai culture and design.
Oh, that's cool. So it's not just about like minimizing the impact, it's about like enriching the environment of the community.
Right. It's about being responsible and sustainable.
Like that. And that's got to be appealing to a whole new type of investor, right?
Absolutely.
Someone who values sustainability and responsible tourism.
For sure.
It seems like both islands are catering to different segments of the luxury market.
Yeah.
Phuket with its classic high-end glamour, and then Samui with this eco-chic vibe.
Exactly. And that's what makes this comparison so fascinating. It's not one size fits all.
Right.
It really comes down to your personal investment philosophy
Okay.
and the kind of experience you want to create.
I see. So are you drawn to that established luxury of Phuket, or does Samui's sustainable and emerging market excite you more?
It's a tough choice.
It is a tough choice. Okay, so let's say I'm intrigued by Phuket's mature market
Okay.
and its diverse range of properties.
Yeah.
Are there any potential downsides?
Yeah. I mean, every investment has its risks.
Of course.
One thing to consider in Phuket is the potential for overdevelopment.
Okay, how so?
Well, its popularity has led to increased construction.
Right, more and more people want a piece of paradise.
Exactly. And while that's good for the economy, it can put a strain on the island's infrastructure
I see.
and its natural beauty. Some areas might feel crowded or lose that tranquil island vibe.
Yeah, that makes sense. So investors need to be careful about choosing projects that are sustainable
Absolutely.
and don't contribute to overcrowding.
Right. You want to be part of the solution, not the problem.
Exactly. What about Samui? Are there any challenges on that side?
Samui's biggest challenge is still its developing infrastructure.
Okay.
While improvements are being made, the lack of a robust transportation network can be a hurdle
For who?
for both tourists and investors.
How so?
Well, getting around might not be as easy as in Phuket,
Right.
and that could affect rental income if tourists find it inconvenient.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
Okay, so potential overdevelopment in Phuket versus infrastructure limitations in Samui.
Yeah, those are the main trade-offs.
Interesting. But what about the legal side of things?
Oh, yeah.
Investing in real estate overseas can be tricky.
It can be.
What do investors need to know about the legalities in Thailand?
Well, Thailand has specific regulations regarding foreign ownership of land.
Okay.
It's not as straightforward as buying property in your home country.
So what do you recommend?
You'll want to work with reputable legal professionals
Okay.
who specialize in real estate transactions in Thailand. They can guide you through the process, ensure all the paperwork is in order.
So protect your investment.
Exactly. Due diligence is crucial.
Yeah, don't just fall in love with a beautiful villa and sign on the dotted line.
Right.
Get expert advice. Make sure everything is above board.
Absolutely.
What about the political climate in Thailand? Does that pose any risks for investors?
Well, Thailand has seen periods of political instability in the past.
Right.
While things are relatively stable, now it's something to be aware of.
So how should investors stay informed?
Keep yourself updated on political developments
Okay,
and consult with experts who can provide insights into the potential impact on the real estate market.
got it. So stay informed and be adaptable
Exactly.
because things can change quickly.
They can.
Okay, so we've talked legalities and politics.
Mm-hmm.
What about the cultural aspects of investing in Thailand?
Ah, yes. Cultural nuances are essential to consider,
I was hoping we'd get to this.
especially in a country like Thailand, which is so rich in tradition and etiquette.
Absolutely. It's not just about crunching numbers. It's
Yeah.
about understanding the people and the customs.
Exactly.
What should investors keep in mind when it comes to Thai culture and etiquette?
Well, Thailand is known for its warm hospitality and respect for elders.
Right.
Politeness and humility go a long way in any interaction.
Makes sense.
It's also a culture that really values relationships.
Okay.
Building trust and personal connections is essential in Thai business culture.
So it's not just a transaction.
Oh,
It's about fostering genuine connections and respecting the local way of life.
exactly.
That's a beautiful way to approach any business venture, really.
I agree.
Now, I know we've talked a lot about the positives of both Phuket and Samui,
Yeah.
but I think it's important to address the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Potential downsides or risks.
Right.
What should investors be wary of before jumping into the Thailand real estate market?
You're absolutely right. It's essential to stay grounded and acknowledge potential risks.
Okay, so what are some of those risks?
One key risk in both markets is the cyclical nature of the tourism industry.
How so?
Well, both Phuket and Samui rely heavily on tourism.
Right.
So any global downturn in travel could impact rental income and property values.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm.
The pandemic definitely showed us how vulnerable tourism-dependent economies can be.
Exactly. It was a wake-up call for a lot of places.
And another risk, particularly in Samui, is the potential for oversaturation in the luxury market.
Oh, yeah. With so many high-end developments springing up, there's a chance supply could outstrip demand.
And what would that mean for investors?
That could lead to lower rental yields and slower capital appreciation.
So while the high-end market is tempting, it's important to be strategic and choose projects that stand out from the crowd.
Exactly. You don't want to just blend in.
What about the environmental impact of all this development?
Right.
Both Phuket and Samui are known for their natural beauty.
Yeah.
Are there concerns about sustainability?
That's a crucial consideration. Both islands are grappling with the challenges of waste management, water scarcity, and preserving their natural ecosystems.
So it's a balancing act
It is.
between development and preservation.
Right. And as an investor, it's important to choose projects that prioritize sustainable practices.
Absolutely. We don't want to sacrifice paradise for profit.
I agree. Responsible development is essential.
Okay, now before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
I'm curious about the ease of doing business in Thailand.
Okay.
Is it relatively straightforward, or are there bureaucratic hurdles to navigate?
Thailand has made significant progress in improving its ease of doing business ranking.
Okay, that's good.
But there can still be bureaucratic processes involved.
I see.
Having local partners who understand the system and can guide you through the legalities is invaluable.
Sounds like having a trusted team on the ground can make all the difference.
Well, absolutely.
We've covered so much in this deep dive.
We have.
Market trends, the pros and cons of each island, cultural nuances, sustainability, and even the legal landscape.
We've only just scratched the surface.
But I think our listener has a great foundation to start making informed decisions.
I agree.
But before we move on to our final thoughts,
Okay.
is there anything else you think our listener should consider when evaluating these two islands? Any final pearls of wisdom?
Let me think about that for a second. Well, I think it's easy to get caught up in, the excitement of a specific location.
Oh, yeah. You fall in love with the pictures online.
Exactly. But a savvy investor always keeps a global perspective.
That's a good point. So are you saying we should be comparing Thailand to other markets?
Yeah, absolutely. Comparing Thailand to other global markets can reveal trends and opportunities you might not see otherwise.
Well, that's interesting. I like that. It's like adding another layer to your research.
Right.
So as we think about Phuket and Samui in a broader context, what should our listener keep in mind when comparing them to other popular real estate destinations?
The same fundamentals we've discussed today apply.
Okay, like what?
Market dynamics, accessibility infrastructure,
Mm-hmm.
the legal and regulatory environment, cultural nuances,
Right.
and of course your own investment goals.
It all comes back to that.
It always does.
So it's not just about finding like a beautiful island with a nice beach.
No.
It's about understanding the bigger picture,
Exactly.
both locally and globally.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the big picture,
Yeah.
I think it's time to address the question that's probably on our listener's mind.
Okay.
Which island is the better investment? Phuket or Samui?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is, and I bet you're going to say it depends.
And like most things in real estate, it depends.
Haha. Yeah. But seriously, what are the key factors our listeners should consider when making this decision?
First and foremost, their investment goals.
Okay.
Are they looking for steady rental income, long-term capital appreciation, a vacation home for personal use,
Right.
or maybe a combination of all three?
It's about aligning your goals with the strengths of each island.
Exactly.
So give us a rundown.
Okay, so if you're looking for stability and a wide range of investment options, Phuket, with its mature market and well-developed infrastructure, might be the better choice.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What about for someone who's a little more risk tolerant?
If you're drawn to higher potential returns in the luxury and sustainable segments,
Yeah.
Samui's emerging market could be more appealing.
Got it. So it all comes down to your risk tolerance and investment philosophy.
At the end of the day, yes.
Okay. So no clear winner.
Not really.
But we've equipped our listener with the knowledge they need to make an informed decision.
And that's the most important thing.
Couldn't agree more. Now, before we officially wrap up this epic deep dive into Phuket versus Samui,
Yeah.
is there anything else you'd like to add? Any final words of wisdom for our budding real estate mogul?
Investing in real estate is a journey, not a sprint,
That's good.
especially in a dynamic market like Thailand. It's about careful planning, thorough research, and a deep understanding of the market.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So to sum it all up, both Phuket and Samui offer incredible opportunities for real estate investors,
They do.
each with its own unique charm and potential.
Absolutely.
Phuket is the established player with a diverse market and strong infrastructure, while Samui is the up-and-comer with a focus on luxury and sustainability.
That's a great way to put it.
Ultimately, the best choice depends on your individual investment goals and risk appetite.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, folks, there you have it. Our deep dive into Phuket versus Samui real estate comes to an end.
It's been a pleasure.
We've explored the markets, weighed the pros and cons, and hopefully sparked your curiosity to learn even more.
I hope so.
Now it's time for you to take the reins and chart your own course in the exciting world of Thailand real estate.
Go get 'em.
Remember, whether you're drawn to the vibrant energy of Phuket or the tranquil allure of Samui, investing in property is a journey.
That's right.
So take your time, do your due diligence, and most importantly, enjoy the ride.
Enjoy it.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll bump into each other on a beautiful Thai beach,
That would be amazing.
sipping coconut water and celebrating your successful real estate ventures.
Years to that.
Until then, happy investing and keep those dreams of paradise alive.
Absolutely.